What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very interesting Liverpool news video where we will talk about Michail Antonio's claim that Salah was ready to go to Saudi Arabia, and we will explore what kind of bids Liverpool can expect for Salah in the January transfer window. Is there any amount of money that you would sell Salah in the January transfer window? If Liverpool got a £200 million bid, would you sell Salah, or 150 million? Would you sell Salah for that, or even more? Let me know in the comments below what is your figure. Also, let me know your score prediction for the LASK Liverpool Europa League game. We will preview that game as well, and I'm very happy to hear that Jurgen Klopp will field a very strong, very competitive team, and we will take the Europa League seriously, and we have a big enough squad to rotate some players and still field a very strong team. And I think we absolutely must get off to a winning start. LASK are on paper the weakest side in the group, but it's a very balanced group in terms of Toulouse, Union Saint-Gilloise and LASK are on a pretty similar level, so it's very hard to predict who will be the toughest opponent for Liverpool, but we need to take every game seriously, and if we are as motivated as LASK, then we shouldn't have any problem beating them. And we will talk about a lot more on the Europa League. And Antonio made some candid observations about Mo Salah. He appeared on BBC's The Footballers Football podcast, and he said that Mo Salah didn't reject the offer. He thinks that Liverpool made the call, marking Salah as non-transferable. So Antonio observed that if Liverpool put Salah up for sale, Salah would have happily left Liverpool, which is a big claim to make, and I'm not sure what he's basing this off of. Maybe it's his opinion, or maybe that's what he would have done in Salah's shoes. But also, you could say Michail Antonio doesn't have half the ambition of Mo Salah, because he never wanted to leave West Ham, even when he was probably getting offers from bigger clubs, and I respect that. I respect Michail Antonio. He's a great striker, but he's not world class. He's not top 5, top 10 players in the world, and nowhere near that. And Salah probably wanted to stay at Liverpool to still win more titles and trophies, and he saw the exciting new signings that Liverpool made, and he saw the good start that Liverpool made to the league season, especially results wise, and he thought, let me stay at Liverpool for one more season and let's see how good this team can develop into. And this Liverpool team is evolving. And Antonio added, Salah remained professional throughout, but trust me, he was poised for the move. What's left for him at Anfield? He has scaled every peak there is. The move to Saudi Arabia would have been more than just football. It resonated with his faith too. And Antonio thinks Liverpool made the wrong decision. Imagine £215 million for a player aged 31. It's baffling that Liverpool didn't jump at the offer, even if it meant a challenging season ahead. Sometimes you have to think long term. What? Where does this figure come from? Liverpool never got a £215 million offer for Salah. We got a £150 million verbal offer, but that was 100 million up front guaranteed, and then a 50 million on top in bonuses and add-ons, and most of those bonuses and add-ons were very difficult to trigger. So Salah winning the Ballon d'Or and probably other clauses like that. So Michail Antonio is not really correct in this, that I fully disagree with him, by the way, that Liverpool should have accepted 150 million for Salah, or even 200 million. In the summer, we had so little time to replace Salah, we would have basically just killed our season. And after last season, which was an absolute disaster of a season, Liverpool can't afford to have another failed season, because many of the top players will leave Liverpool if that's the case. And also, Liverpool won't be as attractive as a club anymore if we have consecutive seasons of finishing in the Europa League. Look at Man United. I think 5 out of the past 8 seasons Man United played in the Europa Europa League, and they are not as attractive a club as they were before. The very top players instead choose Liverpool or Manchester City or even Chelsea if they come to England, and not Manchester United. And that is the result of Man United's complete continuous failure of qualifying for the Champions League, because probably Man United are not seen as a regular Champions League team anymore. Liverpool don't want to fall into the same boat. We absolutely have to get back into the title race, and we have to finish in the top 4. That's the absolute minimum requirement. And Liverpool knew that this was not the last chance to sell Salah. This was not the last opportunity to sell him for big money. So I think Liverpool absolutely made the correct decision to keep Salah. And John Aldridge, the Liverpool legend, claims that Liverpool can brace themselves for offers of 250 million pounds, because for Saudi Arabian clubs next summer Mo Salah will be worth 200 to 250 million pounds. So I think what Liverpool should do is absolutely keep hold of Salah and just wait until next summer, and then we will assess and see what kind of offers Liverpool will get for Salah. I don't think any offer should be accepted, even if it's 250 million. In January, we must not sell Salah. We must wait until the summer and then reassess the situation. And Fabrizio Romano also revealed that Thiago made it very clear that he wanted to stay at Liverpool. Thiago has attracted interest from several clubs this summer, including from Saudi Arabia, but the situation was very simple. He wanted to stay at Liverpool, and he made that very clear. The player is fully focused on this season. He's still not fully fit, but he's in training. He's running, I think, just like Trent Alexander-Arnold, but both Thiago and Trent stayed behind to work on their fitness. But the rest of the team traveled to Austria, and some of you guys asked, will I go to the game? I looked up tickets and they are like 400 or 500 euros. So even though the trip is a pretty short drive from Hungary, because I can't get tickets, I will choose to watch the game at home. And also I have the five-a-side football league starting up today, which I'm a striker of in that team. So I'm looking forward to playing football again this autumn. And if you want to hear updates about how my games go, follow me on Twitter or Facebook. Links are in the video's description. I will post about the league and how I'm doing in that league. I've been training for like 2 months very hard, running training and doing weightlifting to get fully ready for the football season. And of course I will keep training throughout the season to get my best peak performance for the second half of the season, where there are playoffs as well. This is not a professional league or anything like that. It's a five-a-side tournament of just casual players, but there is a referee, there is an artificial pitch and everything, and under the lights it's always fun to play football. So I just wanted to share my joy with you guys that I'm going to play football, and it's every week this championship, so I'm really looking forward to it. But this is not even the most outrageous thing that Michail Antonio said, because Michail Antonio said something even more outrageous. He said, I'm backing myself and West Ham over Liverpool. I think we are going to finish higher than Liverpool this season. I'm putting it out there. I watched the Wolves-Liverpool game because it was before our game and Wolves could have run away with it. They had quite a few opportunities. We've got them this weekend, and it's a 6-pointer. We've got Liverpool. We got them. But then Newcastle striker Callum Wilson, who was the co-host, said, Michael, wake up. I think he's having one of those dreams again. He's having one of those dreams again. What a brilliant response to that nonsense. I mean, if West Ham finish above Liverpool, then West Ham will have their best season in their probably entire Premier League history, and I think Liverpool are finishing in the top 3. That's my prediction. So if West Ham finish above Liverpool, wow, fair play. But with the Europa League football as well to contend with for West Ham, I don't think they have any chance. They don't have a big enough squad, and also they don't have the quality required. If he said this when we had an injury crisis last season, at the start of last season, I would have maybe said there is more of a chance, but West Ham finished in the bottom half of the table and Liverpool still finished 5th. I think he's just trying to get some publicity for this podcast. Maybe that's what it is. That's why he's saying all these outrageous things that Salah wanted to go to Saudi Arabia in the summer and that West Ham will finish above Liverpool. I mean, this is brilliantly outrageous. And Jurgen Klopp said that Liverpool don't have an injury crisis, so we will be able to field a very top team on Thursday and on Sunday. And that's pretty much the idea. That's our plan. I think if we don't get hit by injury crisis, then we can do that. If there will be kids involved, then that depends on the level that the kids can show in that moment. We have the real talent there, but it is not experimental. We are not going to into the Europa League to give young players a chance. We are giving young players a chance because we think that they are good enough to help Liverpool win the games. And then we will see how we build a squad. I didn't think about that yet, but these kind of long-term plans in football make absolutely no sense because you can kick them in the bin pretty much the second after you had them for whatever reasons, injuries, suspensions, loss of form, tiredness. We will see, but we have some good kids. That's the benefit of the international break. You will have all these kids in training. We had 16-year-old boys here and they are incredibly good, incredibly talented. And I don't expect Liverpool to field too many kids, but maybe Ben Doak will start, maybe Kwanzaa will start. Tsimikas and Kelleher also probably will start, and I want to see Wataru Endo and Harvey Elliott in the starting lineup, and also Gravenberch. But it's also risky to put a brand new midfield onto the pitch. So I think Jurgen Klopp will go very strong with like 3 or 4 fringe players sprinkled in. I think Gomez, Kwanzaa and maybe Van Dijk and Tsimikas will make up the back 4. But then the midfield we will go strong. And in the attack, apart from Ben Doak, I think any other forward that we field, they are pretty much all world class. Even Gakpo is getting very, very close. Also, Fabrizio Romano shared some great news from a Liverpool point of view. It looks like that the German FA is now close to completing the formal agreement to appoint Nagelsmann as a new head coach of Germany. Details are being discussed on salary and he will take a pay cut. Bayern Munich are prepared to terminate Julian Nagelsmann's contract because how this works after a club fires a manager, they still have to pay him compensation until he gets his next job, which I always found pretty weird in football, but that's the rule because you are getting rewarded for failure basically. In any other walk of life, if they fire you, then that's it. You get no more salary. Maybe you get a severance package if you worked at the company for a few years. Maybe you get a big bonus of leaving, but you are not getting paid for 1 year if you don't get another job for 1 year, that's for sure. Or maybe Virgil van Dijk will get another rest. The thing is that either side of the international break, Van Dijk didn't play because he was suspended and then he got an additional 1 more game ban for saying some choice words to the referee. It's actually lucky that we had an international break, otherwise Van Dijk wouldn't have been able to play for a month. Maybe we will play Matip and Kwanzaa in the middle, Gomez and Tsimikas on either side of them, and then we will fully rest Konate and Van Dijk for the weekend game. That's another possibility as well. But I don't think Jurgen Klopp will make 11 changes to the starting lineup from the last game, from the Wolves game. So I think that Liverpool will still field a very, very strong starting 11, but probably Szoboszlai and McAllister need a break because they have been playing pretty much non-stop. I would also like to see Salah get a little bit of a break, but I want Darwin Núñez to start up front because he didn't start the Wolves game, and I also want to see maybe Jota play, and probably Gakpo will start. It all depends on what kind of team Jurgen Klopp wants to field on the weekend. If he wants to go Salah, Diaz, Núñez, then maybe you can make an argument that Jota, Gakpo and Ben Doak will start this game. But we will see. I think it all depends on what Jurgen Klopp is thinking. I'm really looking forward to the game. It will be fun to watch Liverpool in the Europa League because there will be a little bit less pressure and less fear of the opposition. But Liverpool shouldn't fear anybody, really. And Jurgen Klopp said it will be a difficult game. We need to prepare ourselves and play very good football. We have to be as motivated as they are. we have to want to win as much as LASK will be motivated. This will be their biggest game of the season, so Liverpool have to expect a really fiery, really high and intensity game. And we are excited to come and play here in the Europa League, Jurgen Klopp said. We didn't watch the Champions League yesterday and we didn't miss the melody. We deserved the Europa League like LASK as well. So now let's make the most of it and let's try to win and get off to a really, really good start. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.